So if you are from the US, do this to attract a provider. Hello ladies, thanks for tuning in. Before we start, please like and subscribe. Don't forget that you have a free femininity quiz to see how feminine you are. It's super fun. You get to complete it in less than 3 minutes. So many women have taken it already. So yeah, as a feminine woman, it's important for you to make sure that the guy that you commit to, that you will end up committing to, makes enough for two. It's not that money is everything. Far from it. It's just part of the relationship. Just like sex isn't everything, it's part of the relationship. It's not the relationship. Same with money. So some people will shame you for having high standards and they will tell you that yeah, you are a gold digger and all of that. No, that's not that. A gold digger is a woman who go for men who have money and they disregard the rest. But not you, right? Because of course you care about their finances, but you also care about them being financially responsible. Whereas when you are a gold digger, you don't care if they spend their money in ways that aren't responsible. You just want your share and that's it. But when you are a feminine woman, you want a guy who's also financially literate, who can take some decisions for the family and can build generational wealth. So you see, this has nothing to do with the gold digger. So also, what I want you to do is that I want you to understand that you need to date men who have money, not just because you want a Chanel bag, but also because it's gonna make your life easier if you want to start a family. And also, it's their job to provide for the family. I don't want you to date just to hold hands, unless you are in high school. Then if you are in high school, that's enough. But you certainly aren't if you are watching me. Aren't in high school, right? You want to start a family, you want commitment, you want deep commitment. So yeah, you need to make sure that the guys that you date are already established, and I don't want you to fall for their potential because they aren't falling for yours, right? When it comes to dating, men stay in the present. So you're gonna see sometimes with some men, after a few dates, they're gonna ask you if you are seeing other men, and this is the answer that I want you to give them. So first of all, I think that question is strange because if you aren't committed to one another, you are basically friends, right? Okay, it needs to be clear in your mind that if you aren't committed, this is just a friendship. And because it's a friendship, you have no reason to sleep with them. This is the first thing, first of all. You're gonna see that some men at some point will ask you if you are seeing other men, and listen carefully because this is the answer that I want you to give them. You're gonna tell them, as long as we don't have a verbal agreement and my bills aren't paid and I'm the only one paying my own rent, I consider myself single. So you might think, oh, this is such a bold answer. I will never say that, like I'm afraid of them to think that I'm a gold digger. But no, because a man who is ready for marriage, a man who is ready for commitment and all of that, he knows that he's supposed to pay your bills. He knows that if you are amazing, you are a feminine woman, an attractive woman, and he wants to commit to you, he's supposed to help you financially. So this is the first thing. And a man with money doesn't mind doing that because he has enough for two anyway to do that. A man who has noticed that his father was high value and a provider and all of that will find it completely normal to provide for his partner. This is his job, basically. Okay? So this is something that I want you to start saying if a man asks you if you are seeing other men, and it's going to help you as well vet men because you just need to look at their body language. If they're like, what? They also need to pay your rent? If this is their reaction, then you know that this guy is not a provider. Like he might pay for the date and all of that, but he's not a full provider, right? And you want a man who provides and who has no problem giving his partner money. So if right now you don't feel comfortable with the idea of communicating your standards when it comes to your finances, you might need to pay attention to the mental blocks that you have around money, and you might need to heal your money blocks. And this is something that we work on my Patreon. So I have Patreon for the women who are already committed. Maybe you want a provider, you want that soft life and all of that, but because you struggle with money wounds, it's hard for you to attract those men and also to really feel like, okay, this is a normal standard and that those standards are correct. So maybe you dream of that soft life, you dream of being, with a provider, a king, a successful man who's also generous. Maybe you dream of that soft life, you want a provider, you want princess treatment and all of that, but right now you feel like, yeah, but maybe those standards are too high and you have a hard time communicating those standards when you date. Then you might need to have a look at your money blocks because many of us carry wounds when it comes to money, and you want to clear that out so that having a man taking care of you is normal, and communicating those standards as well become normal to you, because right now you might shame yourself for having those kind of standards and you don't feel like you're entitled to living a soft life. And you need to work on that because you need to feel comfortable with who you are. You need to be comfortable with your values and your mindset, and you need to be clear on the kind of relationship that you want, because you're gonna pay a very high price if you are with a man who isn't a provider. Leave me a comment to tell me if you feel comfortable sharing that kind of standards. I will see you next time. Bye bye.